Hello everyone, welcome back to Knock Knock Air Education, and I hope all of you are doing good. So I hope that you people have watched the previous lecture. That was our first lecture of complete course on integral calculus. So today we will start something new, but before that we have to discuss few questions which few of you have answered in comment box. But let me just discuss those questions so that all of you can cross check your answers. Okay. So the first question that I gave you yesterday was this. Two integrals which were based on the points where the limit of both the variables are given in terms of real numbers. Okay, so I'll discuss both the questions one by one. So the first question was from 1 to 2. Yeah, from 1 to 2 we have then 3 to 4 the limit of y, and then we have xy plus e raised to the power y, xy plus e raised to the power y dx dy. Okay, so as all of you can see that the limit of both the variables is in terms of real numbers, and I cannot express this function explicitly in terms of the function of x into function of y. So I'll use the way that I'll integrate either with respect to x or with respect to y, treating another variable as constant. So let's get started. So what I'll do is that I'll integrate it first with respect to x, treating y as a constant. So I'll get x square by 2y plus x e raised to the power y, because I am dealing now y as a constant. So now I'll apply the limit of x from 1 to 2, and this is dy. So what it became from 3 to 4, this is going to be 4 minus 1, that is 3 by 2y, because this is x square. So 2 square minus 1 square, 4 minus 1, 3. And here what I will get is that this is x, so 2 minus 1 is 1, it will remain e raised to the power y dy. Now what I'll do, I'll integrate with respect to y, so it is going to be 3 by 2, then it came out to be y square by 2 from 3 to 4, then this is going to be e raised to the power y only from 3 to 4. What it became, this is going to be 3 by 4, then this is 16 minus 9, then here we got e raised to the power 4 minus e raised to the power 3. So what here we will get is 7. So that is 21 by 4 plus e raised to the power 4 minus e cube. So this is the answer for the first question that I gave to all of you. Let's discuss the second question also. Second question was this. Now you see, I'll solve it here only. Here the limit of both the variables are in terms of real numbers, so it means we can integrate with respect to any variable we want at the first. So, and also one important thing is that this is a function which can be explicitly expressed as a product of the function of x and y. So what I'll do is that now you just keep one thing in mind, that this is dy, so this is going to be limit of y. Okay, this thing that you have to keep in your mind, and this is going to be the limit of x. So what I'll do here is that I'll just keep this from 0 to 3. This is going to be y cube, then dy, and next what I will have is from 0 to root 2, this is going to be x square dx. Fine. So what it became, y raised to the power 4 by 4 from 0 to 3. Then here I got x cube by 3 from 0 to root 2. So what here I'll get is 81 by 4, and here is root 2 cube, that is 2 root 2 by 3. So this 3 will cancel out this by 27, and this 2 will cancel it out by 2. So the answer that we'll get is 27 root 2 by 2, or we can also write it down as 27 by root 2. So this is the answer of this question that I gave you, which was based when the limits of both the variables are given in terms of the real numbers. Okay, just let's move on to the questions that were based on another concept. So what were these questions? In these questions, the limit of one variable is in terms of the another variable. So we do not have the choice of integrating with respect to any variable at first step. We have to integrate with respect to a variable which is whose limits is being given in terms of another variable. So let's discuss the first question. It has from 0 to 1, then from 0 to 1 minus x, and then what we have is e raised to the power 2x plus 3y. 2x plus 3y dx dy. So obviously what here we can see is that the limit of y is in terms of x, so we will integrate it first with respect to y. So this is going to be 0 to 1, and then x will be treated as constant, so I can write it down like this. It is going to be e raised to the power 3y by 3. Okay, once I can write it down e raised to the power 2x plus 3y as e raised to the power 2x into e raised to the power 3y. Fine. So now what I'll do, because I have to deal x as a constant, so I kept e raised to the power 2x as it is, then I integrated e raised to the power 3y. It came out to be e raised to the power 3y by 3. Now I am going to apply the limit. It is from 0 to 1 minus x dx. So what it became, 0 to 1 e raised to the power 2x by 3, then e raised to the power 3 times, this is 1 minus x, and here comes the khatre ka nishan. Okay, because we always forget to keep what? To keep 0. So e raised to the power 0 is going to be 1. It is not going to be 0. Fine. Now we will just assemble these terms. 0 to 1, we'll keep 1 by 3 outside. What it will be? E raised to the power 2x plus 3 minus 3x, and here we got e raised to the power 2x, and then we got dx. So what it became? 1 by 3 from 0 to 1, e raised to the power 3 minus x minus e raised to the power 2x, and this came out to be dx. Now we will do integration. So e raised to the power 3 minus x by minus 1 from 0 to 1, then minus 1 by 3 e raised to the power 2x by 2 from 0 to 1. So what we got is, suppose both the terms are having minus, so we can keep minus 1 by 3. Then e raised to the power, once we will keep 1, 3 minus 1 is 2, we'll keep 0, 3 minus 0 is nothing but 3. Then प्लस साइन के साथ आएगा क्योंकि हमने माइनस ऑलरेडी कॉमन ले लिया है, एंड एक 1 by 2 यहाँ पे आएगा हमारे साथ में, और e raised to the power 2, then e raised to the power 0 is going to be 1. We just do not have to miss this term. तो ये आ गया. Now we will solve it so that what answer we are getting, we can get that. So what it became? E square plus e square by 2. It is going to be 1 plus 1 by 2, that is 3 by 2 e square. Then we got minus e cube. Then we got minus 1 by 2. Fine. So what answer we are getting here is, this is going to be minus 1 by 2 e square. Then this is going to be plus e cube by 3, which we can write in the starting itself. So it will become e cube by 3, and here plus 1 by 6. So this is the answer that we are getting for the first question that I gave, which was based on the point that the limit of one variable is given in terms of the limit of the another variable. Okay, so just moving to the next question that I gave to all of you, this. So here you can see one thing that I think that was a very simple question, because again this can be explicitly expressed as a function of x and as a function of y. So what I can do is that 0 to 2 I can keep 1 by x plus 1 as it is, and I will integrate it with respect to y. So it is going to be simply what? I'll integrate it, so it will become y square by 2. 2 will get cancelled out, then I will get y, and 0 to 2x minus 4. Okay, and now you can very easily solve it. Apply the limit, you will get the answer and you can solve it. Okay, so this I am thinking that all of you can do it. Rest 3 questions I have solved it. Okay, so let's get started with today's topic. Yesterday I told you that today we will be focusing upon what? Domain specific questions. Okay, domain specific double integrals means those questions where we domain specific double integrals, okay, where we will not be given the limits. Okay, we'll just be given a function and we will be asked to integrate this function over this particular domain. So in that case we have to find out what? The limit of the question. Okay, so just remember few points. If you are going to remember these few points, trust me, be it a vector calculus, be it a integral calculus, you will never do any mistake while calculating the limits. And today's session is very important session. Why I am saying is that because after these sessions what we are going to do is that we will study a topic called as area. Then we will study a very important topic from where every year they ask a question, is that change of order of integration. Okay, so to study these topics you should be very much in a practice to find out the limits, because if you are not able to find out the limits, then the area, change of order of integrations, all these questions will not be easy for you to do. Fine, so just learn this concept very nicely, and if you have any problem, ask me in the question box, or I will have few more practice questions on this, but just understand this topic thoroughly. Fine. So what's the point over here is that you have been given a function f of x comma y, and you have been asked to find out or to integrate this function f over this domain D. Okay, so obviously this domain D is going to be a domain which will be given to you in R2, and with respect to this domain you have to find out the limits. Okay, so here the three cases can develop. What cases? Case 1 is going to be that suppose you draw the domain and the limits of x and y. Okay, limits of x and y are in terms of real number, are in terms of real numbers. Okay, I'll discuss the questions also one by one. Now what is that? Suppose the domain that is being given to you is, they says that it is a rectangle. Okay, they say that this is a rectangle. So obviously rectangle is what? Rectangle is going to be from x is equal to a to x is equal to b, and from y is equal to c to a line y is equal to d. So in this case the x is also having the limit in terms of real numbers, and y is also having the limit in terms of real number, and you know very well how to solve it. Rules will be same as we studied in the last class, but in this class what we are doing is that we have to find out the limits, and after finding out the limits, the rules that we studied in our first class are going to be applicable over here. So this is a very simple case, and we will do few questions in that, so don't worry. So the case 2 and case 3 are very important for us. Okay, eventually both the cases should be same, but I am discussing them individually so that you don't get confused. Okay, what is case 2? Case 2 is that limit of x is in terms of y. Okay, limit of x is in terms of y, and limit of y, okay, let me write down the complete statement. Limit of y is real numbers. Obviously it has to be. Okay, this is one of the case. And what is going to be our case 3? Case 3 is going to be limit of y is in terms of x. Okay, limit of y is in terms of x, and then the limit of x is going to be what? Obviously real number. Fine. So the problem is that, okay, either we can solve the question by case 1. So if case 1 is applicable, we really don't have any problem. But what about case 2 and case 3? How we will find out the limit? So I will explain you everything with respect to questions, but let's just understand the concept. Suppose you want to find out the limit of x in terms of y. So in that case, suppose this is our domain, okay, and you want to find out the limit of x in terms of y. What you have to do is that you will just draw a strip which is parallel to x-axis. Fine. What you will do? You will just draw a strip which is parallel to x-axis. Now what you will do? You will take the help of the curve which is being given to you, because the domain that will be given to you will be formed with the help of few curves. So this is going to be, suppose, x from g of y, and this is your h of y. But remember one basic rule: limits are always being taken, always, anywhere, any concept. From where? From where? From left to right. Okay, from left to right. This is a basic rule. Whenever you are finding out the limit, you will always take the limit from left to right, and from where to where? From bottom to top. From bottom to top. If you just remember these two lines which I am telling you, trust me, you will never do any kind of mistake. You always have to take limit from left to right and from bottom to top. So in this case, left to right, what is going to be the limit of x? It is going to be from g of y to h of y. And these g of y and h of y are going to be covered from where? From the definition of the curves. We will study this in questions. Okay, and then we want to find out the limit of y. So limit of y will be covered from bottom to top, the bottommost point and the topmost point. Okay, this is somewhere, suppose you have this y-axis over here, so this is going to be y and this is going to be the y. So suppose this is y equal to d and this is y equal to c, so y is going to be from c to d. So, and why I am considering this from c to d, because I have to move in a direction from bottom to top, and why from g of y to h of y, because I have to move in a direction from left to right. एंड अगर आपने इसको d to c कर दिया या सपोज h of y to g of y कर दिया, तो आपको पता है कि आपके आंसर में एक नेगेटिव साइन का फ़र्क आएगा और आपको वो भी ऑप्शंस में मिलेगा एग्जाम में, तो आप मिस्टेक कर सकते हो. सो ऑलवेज रिमेंबर दिस बेसिक रूल कि आपको हमेशा लिमिट निकालते वक्त लेफ्ट टू राइट जाना है एंड बॉटम टू टॉप जाना है. और अगर आपको x की लिमिट इन टर्म्स ऑफ y निकालनी है तो आप पैरेलल टू x एक्सिस एक स्ट्रिप ड्रॉ करोगे और लेफ्ट टू राइट निकाल लोगे. ठीक है, अब आते हैं लिमिट ऑफ y निकालनी है अगर आपको इन टर्म्स ऑफ x, तो व्हाट यू विल डू, अगेन यू विल डू द सेम थिंग. अब लेकिन यहाँ क्या करना है, क्योंकि y की लिमिट इन टर्म्स ऑफ x चाहिए, तो अब आप पैरेलल टू y एक्सिस एक स्ट्रिप ड्रॉ करोगे. फाइन, एंड सपोज ये कहाँ से कहाँ जा रहा है, y ऑफ h ऑफ x से y ऑफ g ऑफ y. ठीक है, तो अब हमको कहाँ से कहाँ जाना होता है, बॉटम टू टॉप. तो बस हमें मिल गई लिमिट, क्या h ऑफ x से y की लिमिट हो जाएगी g ऑफ y. वो रूल सेम रहेगा, बॉटम टू टॉप लेफ्ट टू राइट. एंड सपोज ये वाला जो पॉइंट था अपने पास, जो अपना लेफ्ट मोस्ट पॉइंट होगा, x इज इक्वल टू a था, एंड जो राइट मोस्ट पॉइंट है डोमेन का, ये अपना डोमेन है. ठीक है, सो दिस इज x इक्वल टू b. तो x की लिमिट भी मिल गई हमको a टू b. और b टू a क्यों नहीं लिख रहे हम, क्योंकि बेसिक रूल है हमको लेफ्ट टू राइट जाना है. फाइन, अगर ये रूल्स आपको याद रहेंगे तो मिस्टेक होने के चांसेस बहुत कम है. कि अगर आपको x की लिमिट इन टर्म्स ऑफ y चाहिए तो आप पैरेलल टू x एक्सिस एक स्ट्रिप ड्रॉ करो. अगर आपको y की लिमिट इन टर्म्स ऑफ x चाहिए तो आप क्या करो, पैरेलल टू y एक्सिस एक स्ट्रिप ड्रॉ करो और फिर बेसिक रूल लगाओ, कौन सा, कि बॉटम से टॉप जाना है एंड लेफ्ट टू राइट जाना है. यू विल नेवर डू एनी मिस्टेक व्हाइल फाइंडिंग आउट द लिमिट्स. ठीक है, सो दीज वर द रूल्स, case 1, then case 2 and case 3, and now we will be proceeding towards the questions so that we can very easily understand all these theory which we studied, because I know that most of you are in a habit to understand the questions, not the theoretical concepts a lot. Okay, so let's do few questions on this topic. Okay, suppose we have a question and it says evaluate this xy dx dy, okay, over the region in the positive quadrant for which x plus y is less than equals to 1. Now you see, in the question what you have been asked to do, you have been asked to find out the value of this integral, but now you see you have not been provided with the limits. This is called as the domain specific question. Why? Because you have also been given a domain, and the domain is what? The domain is positive quadrant for which x plus y is less than equals to 1. Understood? So you have been given a positive quadrant for which x plus y is less than equal to 1. This is our domain, and now we have to draw the domain. The first step is we will draw the domain, then according to the question we will see what case we are going to consider. Okay, so now we will draw the domain. Okay, so what is that? They are saying that positive quadrant. So what do we mean by positive quadrant? That x is greater than equals to 0, y is greater than equal to 0, and they have also been given x plus y is less than equal to 1. So obviously we do understand what, that this is going to be like this, okay, and x plus y is equal to 1, this is a line, and they are saying that we have to consider x plus y less than equal to 1, so it is going to be like this, x is greater than equal to 0, y is greater than equal to 0 is this. So the common region is going to be this. Fine. So we have to focus on where? On the common region. So now I hope we got the region. This is our region of integration where we have to integrate this this function which is xy. So now you see one thing, in this case this is not possible for us to find out the limits of x and y in terms of what? In terms of real numbers. Why? Just come to case 1. Here also the case is applicable. Actually this case is the sub case of case 2 and 3. Because now you have understood case 2 and case 3. So now you can understand that case 1 is the sub case of what? Sub case of case 1, 2 and 3. How? Suppose you want to find out the limit of x in terms of y. So what you did? You just draw a strip parallel to y-axis. You want to find out the limit of y in terms of x. You draw a line parallel to y-axis. But what happens is that this is going from where to where? From y is equal to c to y is equal to d only. And if you want to find out the limit of x in terms of y, what you will do? You will draw a strip which is parallel to x-axis, and then what you will do? You will just find out the limit of x. So in both the cases it is going to be same. That is why this case 1 is the sub case of case 2 and case 3. So here we are dealing with question. This question is a question where either you want to find out the limit of x in terms of y or y in terms of x. Answer is going to be same. Okay, but later on, once we will practice few more questions, you will understand there are few questions where we are able to find out the limit of x in terms of y also and limit of y in terms of x also. But one of the calculation is going to be little simpler and less time taking, and the other one is going to be a little lengthier and time taking. But this you will learn by the time we are practicing the question. Okay, so now I will tell you what we will do in this question. So what I did, suppose I am considering this case. We want to find out the limit of y in terms of what? In terms of x. So what I have told you, if you want to find out the limit of y in terms of x, you will draw a strip which is parallel to y-axis. Now what you will do, at the bottom you have y equal to 0 because this is x-axis. So equation of x-axis is y equal to 0. And at the top, which curve we have? X plus y is equals to 1. So what is the value of y over there? It is 1 minus x. Now you just focus on one important point which I am telling you right now. Okay, don't forget this. Throughout whole region, okay, from this whole region which I am marking as suppose OAB, in whole of this region, wherever you want to draw a strip, you can draw it. Suppose you want to draw here, suppose you want to draw here, anywhere you want to draw it, you draw it. But it is always going to be from where to where? 0 to 1 minus x. You can evaluate it on your own. Here you have y equal to 0, here you have y equal to 1 minus x. Here you have y equal to 0, here you have y equal to 1 minus x. Now you will ask, ma'am, why are you telling this point to us? Later on you will understand why I am telling you this. But for time being, you just remember one thing. Wherever you want to draw the strip, you can draw it within the region. The limits of y are going to be same. It may change, but we will study those questions later on. Okay, so now we got the limit of y. So what we can do is that we can keep y equal to 0 to 1 minus x. This is xy dx dy. But what is going to happen now? We want the limit of x also. And I told you, you have to choose the leftmost point and the rightmost point, and you have to move from left to right. This is what x equal to 0. The rightmost point of the domain is what? Because it is a line x plus y equal to 1, it is going to be 1 comma 0. So this is your x equal to 1. So what is the limit from x equal to 0 to x equal to 1? And see, now the basic rule, you know how to solve it. I hope you know that. 0 to 1, here we have x, then this is going to be what? This is going to be y square by 2 from 0 to 1 minus x dx. So what it will be? 0 to 1, keep 1 by 2 outside x, then we have 1 minus x whole square dx. Okay, so what else we can do here? We can integrate it very easily. 0 to 1 x, then this was your 1 minus x whole square. So you can just open it. 1 plus x square minus 2x dx. Then we have 1 by 2. This is your x plus x cube minus 2x square dx. From 0 to 1, what you did is that you integrated it, x square by 2 plus x to the power 4 by 4 minus 2x cube by 3, and this is from 0 to 1. So what it came out to be 1 by 2 plus 1 by 4 minus 2 by 3. So it is going to be what? This is going to be 3 by 4 minus 2 by 3, and then you can solve it. It is going to be 12, then this is 9, and this is going to be what? 8. So it is going to be 1 by 24. So the answer for this question came out to be 1 by 24. Okay. But there are few students who will get confused ki ma'am, what if you want to find out the limit of x in terms of y, then what we will do? Then also it is very simple. I'll solve this question that way also. Okay, so the way you want to proceed the question you can do. So this was our diagram. Okay, this was our x plus y is equal to 1, and this was our domain. Fine, no problem. So you want to find out the limit of x in terms of y. So what you will do, you will draw a strip which is parallel to x-axis. Fine. And you draw this strip anywhere. You see, the strip is starting from x equal to 0 because this is y-axis. So obviously equation of y-axis is x equal to 0. And where is it ending up? X plus y equal to 1. It means x equal to 1 minus y. Anywhere you draw this strip. So you got the limit of x now. X is from where to where? 0 to 1 minus y. And the bottommost point is what? Y equal to 0. And the topmost point is what? Because since it's a line x plus y equal to 1, 0 to 1. So from bottom to top we have to move. What is going to be the limit of y? It is going to be from 0 to 1. Now you were integrating this integral xy dx dy. So you can very easily find it out, xy dx dy. And this will be where to where? This is going to be x from 0 to 1 minus y, and y from 0 to 1. And now you solve it, you will get the same answer. How? Now in this case you have to integrate with respect to x first. So keep y here. This is going to be x square by 2, 0 to 1 minus y, then dy. Then this is 0 to 1 y by 2, 1 minus y whole square. And you see the same integration was we are getting over here. So there is just a change of variable in terms of x, there is y. And we know the property that a to b fx dx is equals to a to b ft dt. If we change the variable, it will not change the value of the integration. Fine. So this was our first domain specific question where we understood how we are going to find out the limit. Okay. If we want to find out with respect to, or we can say that if we want to find out the limit of y in terms of x, we will draw a strip which is parallel to y-axis. And see the same thing we have learned over here. If we want the limit of y in terms of x-axis, we will draw a strip which is parallel to y-axis. If we want to find out the limit of x in terms of y, we will find out a strip which is parallel to what? X-axis. And the same thing we did, x limit of x in terms of y, we draw a strip which was parallel to x-axis. And the rule is going to be same everywhere. What? That it is going to put the limit from bottom to top and from left to right. If you remember this logic, you will never get a wrong answer. And if you did something wrong over here while substituting the limit, you will get a wrong answer, as well as if you are just shuffling the limits, that is from bottom to top, you did from top to bottom, obviously you will get a negative answer and you will get a wrong answer. Okay, so let's do 2-3 more questions to understand the topic thoroughly. So the question number 2 is, we have to evaluate this x square y cube dx dy over the rectangle and what rectangle we have? Over the rectangle bounded by x is equal to 2, x is equals to 3, y is equals to 2 and y is equals to 4. Okay. So now you see again, you are not being provided here with the limits of a double integral and you want to find out the value of the limit integral, double integral. So again, you have to find out the limit. So what it is, this is a domain specific question, and the domain that is being given to you is what? it is a rectangular domain bounded by x equal to 2 line, x is equal to 3, y is equal to 2 and y is equal to 4. Okay, so first we will try to draw the domain. Here we have x is equals to 2, then here we will be having x is equal to 3, then here we will be having y equal to 2 and y equal to 4. Okay, so suppose we have been drawing like this, x is equal to 2 and we have x is equals to here 3, then we have y equals to 2 and here we have y equals to 4. Okay, so see, this is our y equal to 4, y equal to 2, this is x equal to 3. So obviously we are getting this as our domain. This is going to be our rectangle. So let's just highlight this. This is going to be our domain. Okay, so what we have to do here is that suppose you want to find out the limit of x in terms of y, which is not possible. So what you will do, you suppose you want to find out the limit of y in terms of x. So this is going to be from bottom. Bottom is what? Y is equal to 2. Top is what? Y is equal to 3. Sorry, 4. So limit of y is going to be from where to where? 2 to 4. And then you have to move from left to right. Leftmost point says that x is 2 and rightmost says that x is equal to 3. This is the limit. Now suppose you don't want to go by this logic, you want to keep the limit of x in terms of y, which is not possible. You will draw a strip parallel to x. So what is this? This is x is equal to 2. This is x is equal to 3. So again see, you are getting the same limit. Then from bottom to top, y equal to 2 to 3, 2 to 4, and both the ways you are getting the same limit. So this is the case, what? Case 1, where the limit of both the variables are in terms of real numbers. And now I hope ki you people are that much capable of solving this integral. Okay, now you will not do any mistake, because I have taught you people that much in the first session that now you can solve such easy double integrals. So if possible, provide the answer in the comment box, or I think we have already solved this question. Okay, let's discuss one more question on this. So these are the very simple questions, but slowly we'll go to a little difficult questions also. So let's go to another question, and it says that we have to find out this integral. This is your xy minus y square. This is your dx dy, where S is said to be a triangle. S is a triangle bounded by or with vertices. It is a triangle with vertices. We have 0 0, then we have 10 1, and then we have 1 1. Okay, this is. So now see, again the limits are not being given to us, and suppose this question comes in exam, then we should know how to find out the limits. So again I told you that the very first step is that you have to draw the domain so that you can see what are going to be the limits. Okay, so what you will do is that you will just take these vertices. This is your 0 0, then here you have your point, suppose 10, and this is you have suppose y equal to 1. Okay, so I'm just for you people to understand it, just I'm making up like this. This is your 10 and suppose this is your 1. Okay, so this is going to be what? And you need 1 1 also, so it somewhere suppose lies like this. So this is going to be your suppose 1 1 point. Okay, and this is your 10, so this is going to be your 10 comma 1 point. Okay, so you will join them because you want a triangle. They said this is a triangle. This is your x is equals to 10. Okay, and this is your x is equal to 1. So this is a triangle, and they said this is your domain. Why? Because see here, this double integration sign, we have under this sign this s. So we have to, and this is triangle is going to be our s. We want to find out the limit. So now you see one thing, that it is not possible for us to just keep the limit of x and y both in terms of real numbers in this question. Obviously this is not possible. Okay, so in this question we will learn very important things which are needed for you to understand when we will consider the limit of x in terms of y and when we will consider the limit of y in terms of x. Okay, but before that, what we need to do is that we need to find out the equation of these lines. then only we will be able to find out the limit of y in terms of x or x in terms of y. So as you know, this is 0 0, this is 1 1, so this is going to be y equal to x line. And now you want the equation of this line. So or you can simply say that this is y equal to 1 because the value of y is same at both the places. Otherwise what you can do is that you might have learnt about this formula, y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1 x minus x1. So you can keep this also. So you have, suppose y minus y1, y2 minus y1, y2 is also what, 1, y1 is also 1, so this is 0. इन टर्म्स को निकालने का कोई मतलब नहीं, तो y equal to 1 आ गया, ठीक है. Then you have to find out the equation of the third line also that we have. And what is that line? That is passing through 0 0 and 10 1. So again, suppose this is your x1 y1 and this is your x2 y2. I am explaining you in very detail so that even if a student who doesn't know anything is also able to find out the equation of this line. So this is y minus y1 equals to y2 minus y1 by x2 minus x1, and we have x minus x1. So y minus y1 is y minus 0, y2 minus y1 is 1 minus 0, x2 minus x1 is 10 minus 0, and then x minus x1 is x minus 0. Fine. So what we got here is that y equal to x by 10. See here, we got like this. It means the equation of this line is, suppose I am removing this s over here, we got this y is equal to x by 10, and you can cross verify it also. Suppose you kept x equal to 10, so x equal to 0, so you are getting y equal to 0, it means you are getting this point. Suppose you kept x equal to 10, you are getting 1, so it means this point also you are getting. So the equation of the line that you have find out is correct. Okay, so now we have equation of all the curves which combined together to form this triangle. And now we are ready to find out the limit. Suppose one of you want to find out the limit of y in terms of x. Then what you will do? Okay, let's discuss another case. You want to find out the limit of x in terms of y. So what you will do? You will draw a strip which is parallel to x-axis. I hope it makes sense to all of you. You want to find out the limit of x in terms of y, you will draw a strip which is parallel to what? X-axis. Now you just listen to me. If you want to draw this strip here, you can draw it, because it is obviously this is a free drawing, so everyone can draw the way anyone want. And suppose somebody wants to draw this strip here, that's completely okay. Remember this thing, whether you draw a strip here or you draw a strip here or you draw a strip here, the curve is always moving from where to where? See, this is going from x equal to y to x equals to 10y. Anywhere in this triangle, anywhere you want to draw this strip, it is always coming from left, that is from x equal to y curve, to the right, that is x is equal to 10y. It means we got the limit of x as from y to 10y. Now what next? If in this case, if I talk about the limit of y, so you know that from bottom to top, bottommost point is what? Y equal to 0, and the topmost point is what? Here you see y equal to 1. So we got the limit of y also. So this was a quite easy case. Okay, so now what you will do? You will just keep the limits, that x is from y to 10y and y is from 0 to 1, xy minus y square, and we have dx dy. So now what you will do? You will just integrate with respect to x first, because x, limit of x is in terms of y. So what you will do? Treating y as a constant. So this is y, x square by 2, then this is x y square, then this is from y to 10y dy. So what you are getting over here is that 0 to 1. Then here this is your 10 square y square. So what it will become? Suppose I am writing down 10 square by 2, or let's take a minute to solve it a little easier way. So this came out to be what? This is your y by 2. X square, it means 100y square, minus y square, it means 99y square. Okay, because you are keeping the limits of x. Now this is y square and this is 10y minus y, it means this is 9y. Okay, dy. So what you are getting, let me just solve it in the next slide. So this is 0 to 1, then what it came out to be, this is 99 by 2 y cube, 99 by 2 y cube, and then what we have is minus 9 y cube, minus 9 y cube, and we have dy. So obviously this is 9, then here we got 11 by 2 minus 1 y to the power 4 by 4 once we integrated it, and we got 0 to 1. So this is going to be 9, then this is 9 by 2, and this is 1 by 4. So what answer we are getting is 81 by 8. Fine. This is the answer that we are getting, which is 81 by 8. But there are few students who will say, no ma'am, we want to find out the limit of y in terms of x and then we want to solve it. Okay, you are completely okay, there is no problem. I'll draw it one more time for all of you. Okay, just to understand this concept which I was telling you just few minutes back. How? Just see. This was your y equals to 1 line. Fine, this was your y equals to x by 10. This was your y equal to x. Okay, so you were telling me that I want to find out the limit of y in terms of x. So obviously I'll draw a strip which is parallel to y axis. But now you see one thing. One of the student draws it here. Suppose there is a second student who draw this line here. Somebody drawn it here. Now the point which I was talking about, throughout the region if you are moving, are these strips are from the same curve to the same curve? I mean to say, if you are drawing a strip from one curve to the another curve, are those curves same when you shift this strip in a region to some other place? Obviously in this case this is not the case. See, if I draw a strip here, it is from where to where? Y equals to x by 10 to, obviously y equal to x. If this strip is here, it is from y equals to x by 10 to y equals to 1. See, the curves have changed. If I shift the strip from one place to the other place of the region, and from which point the division is taking place, this is taking place from x equals to 1. Now you observe one thing. If I am under this region, which region? From here to here, that is from x equal to 0 to x equal to 1. Okay, from left to right, x equal to 0 to 1. In this region, if I draw the strip anywhere, now you see the limit of y is from where to where? From x by 10, that is we have to go now from bottom to top. So from x by 10 to where we are going y equal to x. But हमारे रीजन का जो राइट मोस्ट पॉइंट है वो तो x इज इक्वल टू 10 था ना, इतने से तो हमारा काम नहीं चलेगा, क्योंकि अब हम x की लिमिट निकाल रहे हैं ना इन टर्म्स ऑफ रियल नंबर्स, तो हमें लेफ्ट टू राइट जाना है, तो राइट मोस्ट पॉइंट तक जाना है, तो x इक्वल्स टू 10 तक जाना है. और तो हम 1 से जब 10 पे जा रहे हैं, उसमें आप देखो अगर हम कहीं पे भी स्ट्रिप ड्रॉ कर रहे हैं, एनीवेयर इफ वी आर ड्रॉइंग अ स्ट्रिप, from where to where it is going, bottom to top, that is from x by 10 to we are going y equals to 1. Okay, this is the case which I was discussing about. So now you see your region has been divided into two parts, one from x equal to 0 to 1, another from 1 to 10. Why? Because the limit of y is varying. Okay, so in this case if you want to write down this integral xy minus y square, okay, xy minus y square dx dy under s, what it will be? It will be in two parts, xy minus y square dx dy. Firstly it will be from x equal to 0 to 1 where y varies from x by 10 to x, प्लस साइन के साथ, क्योंकि हमें पूरा रीजन पे काम करना है, एक्स वाई माइनस वाई स्क्वायर डी एक्स डी वाई फ्रॉम वेयर टू वेयर, x equals to 1 to 10 and y is equals to x by 10 to 1. This is the point where we have to focus. And now you see here we are being able to solve two integrals, and here we have to solve only one integral. This is the point which I was trying to explain you a little earlier, that हर एक क्वेश्चन में ऐसा पॉसिबल है कि आप x की लिमिट को इन टर्म्स ऑफ y भी निकाल लो एंड y की लिमिट को इन टर्म्स ऑफ x भी निकाल लो, बट कौन से तरीके में हमें कम समय लग रहा है और कैलकुलेशन इजी हो रही है हम वो चूज़ करेंगे. जैसे यहाँ पे जब हम y की लिमिट इन टर्म्स ऑफ x निकाल रहे हैं तो दो इंटीग्रेशन सॉल्व करने पड़ रहे हैं एंड ऑब्वियसली इट विल टेक अ लिटिल मोर टाइम. Fine. And once we are trying to solve it in a way where we are calculating the limit of x in terms of y, it is getting simpler. So obviously we'll go by this way, not by this way. Hope now you have understood. तो जब भी हम स्ट्रिप वाला कॉन्सेप्ट देख रहे हैं, स्ट्रिप वाले कॉन्सेप्ट की बात कर रहे हैं, whenever you are drawing any strip from one curve to another curve, that strip which we are drawing, then those two curves must remain same. We will choose that part because it will help us in solving only one integration. Okay, but there will be few questions where we have to do it in this way, where we have to solve 2 or 3 integrals, and we will see them. Okay, so this was one of the question which was important for us to discuss. Let's discuss one more question. Let me just write down that question. Here we have next question. I didn't remember the question number. Okay, so the question that we have is, we have been given that region of integration that is your A, and is the triangle given by, it is the triangle given by y equal to 0, y is equals to x, and x is equals to 1. And we have to find out 4x square minus y square dx dy. Okay, this is the integration that we have to find out under this domain A. So again, the first step that we know is to draw the domain. So what is it? This is y equals to 0, y is equals to x, and x is equals to 1. So let me just draw it. This is your x axis, so this is y equal to 0. Then we have y is equals to x over here. Then we have x is equals to 1. So obviously the bounded region is this, the triangle region they are talking about this. This is our A, complete A. Okay. So what we have to do is that we have to find out the limits. So obviously we have both the ways. Either we can find out the limit of x in terms of y or y in terms of x. Okay. In this case there won't be any problem because the region is not, that curves are not changing when we are shifting our strip inside the region. So from where it is? From y equal to 0 to y equal to x. So if I want to find it out, what it is going to be? This is going to be a quite simple question now for all of you. This is from y equals to 0 to y is equals to x. And this is x equals to 1 line, so obviously this is 1 comma 0, this is your 1 comma 1, and this is 0 0. So and where the x is from 0 to the topmost, or sorry, the rightmost point is x is equal to 1, so obviously it is from x is equal to 0 to 1, and we can solve it very easily. Another way if somebody wants to do is, we can draw a strip parallel to x axis if we want to find out the limit of x in terms of y. So we will go from left to right, x is equal to y to x is equal to 1. So the same integration we can solve it by what? From x is equal to y to x is equals to 1, and from bottom to top, bottom is y equal to 0, topmost point is y equal to 1. So y from 0 to 1, we have 4x square minus y square dx dy. You can solve it this way also. Okay, and now you are very much comfortable in solving these integrals, so you can solve it on your own way. Here our focus is to find out the limits which I am telling you. Okay, so another question that we will do today. Okay, so the next question that we have is, we have to calculate xy, x plus y dx dy over the area between y is equal to x square and y equals to x. Okay, let's do one thing, because there are a few more questions which I would like to discuss about this topic, but then this video will get a little longer. which may not help you out. So I'll keep one more session on this. So do one thing, you people find out the limits for these questions, try to write them in the comment box, and you write down the limits also and the answer for this question also. Okay, so that's it for this video. So always try to answer the question which I asked in the end, because that will help you out in somewhere practicing the questions. Okay, so and many more videos will come, and daily at 5 p.m. So make sure that you are 5 p.m. on the table to just see this lecture, because the lectures are going to be continuous, and if you miss one day then it is going to be a huge burden for all of you. So daily ka daily काम करते चलो, ठीक है. So that's it about this video, and there is a link in the description box from where you can join our Telegram channel. There is a Telegram channel for the discussion where you can all discuss the questions among yourself. And one more important thing is that I will be keeping few doubt clearing sessions for all of you as well. So for that, what you have to do is that you can post your question in the discussion Telegram groups, from where I'll pick up those questions, and I'll try to keep one live doubt clearing session where I'll discuss all those questions with you. But for that you have to practice the questions. Okay, so that's it for today's video. Thank you so much.